I'm thinking about killing Michael Moore. And I'm wondering if I could kill him myself or if I would need to hire somebody to do it. Well, I think I could. I think he could be looking me in the eye, you know?
Yeah.
And I could just be choking the life out. Is this wrong?
No,
I stopped wearing my What Would Jesus band do, and I've lost the whole sense of right and wrong now. I used to be able to say, yeah, I'd kill Michael Moore, and then I'd see the little band, What Would Jesus do? And then I'd realize, oh, he wouldn't kill Michael Moore. At least it wouldn't choke him to death, and, you know. Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, you and Jesus. I mean, you could become the gruesome twosome and go out and murder people. Here's some more Glenn Beck. The reason I want you to hear this, a lot of people, when I play that, and I said, well, Beck is obviously heading for a nervous breakdown, and he's going to kill himself because it runs in his family. If he does it, I hope he does it on television. And some dweeb who is a right-wing blogger who wants to have my baby so bad he can hardly stand it. He wants me to do him and make him pregnant. And I'm sorry, I'm too old for it now. But he put this out so that the real, tongue swallowers over at Free Republic and what's the other one? Newsmax, so they could all listen to what the guy who wants to have my baby put out there, and they could sit there and play with themselves. I don't know what it is about me that I attract heterosexual men who want to have my baby. I don't get that, gay men look at me and say, hey, Mike. But so many of these heterosexual men, they just obviously want me to do them. And I don't, man. And they all seem to be on Newsmax and Free Republic and the little dweeb who writes this blog. So anyway, when we first played the Glenn Beck piece about wanting to murder Michael Moore, it stirred up, tens and tens of people who wrote to me and said, well, you son of a bitch, The usual right-wing stuff. Okay, here's another Glenn Beck. Let's just play the whole thing. This runs a minute 50. Listen to this.
It's the Glenn Beck show. Yeah, maybe play it. He's in a mood.
I'm a Democrat. I cannot believe that you are talking the way you're talking after all the things that you have said. I think you're pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. I've never heard anybody say meaner things than you do.
Get off my phone, you evil little bitch! Welcome to the program. My name is Glenn Beck. I have a feeling this show today is either going to be one for the trash can or the archives. I have been sitting here for the last few minutes trying to come up with a list of people that I want to kill with a shovel. People that I just like to whack over the head with a shovel. Somebody actually wrote in a letter to the editor and said that I wanted to kill Daniel Ruth for his editorial, which I believe I may have said. But how many people have I said, let's kill with a shovel, huh? How many people have I said, let's light them up and shoot them in the head? I think quite a few. Everybody who has a stinking opinion now seems to be an extremist. There doesn't seem to be anybody that actually makes sense that can get any face time on television. It's all people like Jesse Jackson or Charles Rangel. Man, there's a guy. Hey, there's where we start. Charles Rangel. Do you have the sound effects for me? If we're going to do let's kill people with a shovel, let's do it the right way.
And now, people we'd like to beat to death with a shovel.
Charlie Rangel.
Listen again for more people we'd like to beat to death with a shovel.
See, I feel better already. There's a time for everything. To every purpose, there is a season. And let me tell you, baby, today, the season is clubbing people over the head with shovels.
That's such wonderful entertainment. Gee, I wonder why Geico pulled out of that. I wonder why 42 advertisers said, we'll pass. In response to a rapidly diminishing number of requests, the Glenn Beck moment the other night where he's standing in front of his wipe-off board.
I told you that we were going to talk about these things. We were going to talk about Obama, the left, internationalists, graft, acorn-style organizations, revolution, and hidden agenda. O-L-I-G-A-R-H. One letter is missing. Why did I select these words? Because Acorn selects tides. They all select their words first and then tie them all together into one word. Oligarch, the one that's missing, is Y. I don't know if we're turning into an oligarchy or what we're turning into, but unless you ask why, we're going to transform into something. Ask questions. Now, the second part of this, a few months ago, I told you, you gotta know you're not alone. You gotta know. You gotta unite. Talk to people. I'm tired of being a sheep. I am tired of being a victim. I'm tired of being pushed around. And you know what? The gloves come off.
Yeah, they
tomorrow.
Do. Oh.
I will give you a plan. I will tell you exactly the place to go, the way you can save your republic.
Straight to hell. Right up Glenn Beck's ass, right? You know that's coming. What is it? Oh, he's going to have a big rally? Is he going to have a big rally? Is that it?
I keep thinking about that movie about, what is it, Being John Malkovich, you know, like the place to go where America, I mean, it's probably some little tiny cave or where Glenn Beck, I don't know, he keeps his word list.
Oh, my God. Whew. All right, enough with the comedy hour. Jesus, that guy is a cartoon character, isn't he? Oh, my God. And you know what is even funnier than Glenn? He's figured out a way to milk the terminally stupid for listeners, which then attracts advertisers. But wait a minute, all the advertisers are gone. Oh well, but it's because Glenn knows who he's playing to. You know, he's playing to the kind of just astonishingly monumental ignorance. And remember, he wanted to put poison in Nancy Pelosi's glass of wine. This guy is a homicidal maniac. He really is. But since he has suicide in his bloodlines, that's what's going to happen. And again, with all due respect, maybe I'll get another letter from the National Suicide Prevention Organization. Yeah, they sent me a letter.
We think that you might have differences with Mr. Beck, but advocating his suicide on the air is pretty rotten, or something like that, which, of course, we never did. I'm convinced it's in his genetic material. I just insist that, like the guy remember the anchor guy 30 years ago on television who pulled out a revolver and blew his brains out on a newscast? Sure, that's grim, but this is United States. We blow people's brains out, how many times a day? We torture, we bomb, we firebomb. We're still doing that. We use white phosphorus, Willie Peter, is that what they call it? We use the most brutal means of murdering people who have done nothing to us, but they have our goddamn oil in their country, and we have to get it. We torture. I already said that. So watching Glenn Beck blow his brains out on television would almost be a come down from what we do in this country. I think we ought to see this. During all the years of the Bush crime family, we weren't allowed to see the bodies of American soldiers who are coming home dead because of Bush and Cheney. Yeah, we're not allowed to see that. And anytime some intrepid news person decided to go try to cover the war, they had to register with the military. And the military would tell them where they could and couldn't go. Oh, my God. So, since we are in the murder business, the global murder business, when Beck does off himself, I'll request it again. Beck, please do it on your television show. Thank you very much.